I think probably a year ago we just turned the sod and there was nothing here, so it's quite impressive to see the site up and running. Like every good welcome, I'm going to get you all to stand up and we're actually going to talk and walk at the same time. I know we're short on time. I've got a presentation I'll get Joel to send through to you all afterwards about how we're helping and working with high schools, particularly in the role that we play here with Flinders. So I'm the director of the New Venture Institute. Our role is to be a focal point for the innovative and entrepreneurial activities that the university undertakes. And aside from anything else, this building really is a manifestation of that. This is a very new and innovative way for a university to approach how it operates. Obviously from this room and this floor you can see the university up on the hill, and our connectedness to that is very important to us. But how we work with students, how we work with researchers, how we work with industry, the TAFE and the other businesses and community elements around here is something that we're starting to better understand and starting to better deliver on. So I think it's really important to take you through. I'd really welcome yellow trailers. Siemens are there in the old Mitsubishi building. This is the front of the site. It's a new design technique, so you'll see that on some of the floors there'll probably be a couple of guys with vacuums actually vacuum filling the windows. So there's actually a double glazing technique that's new. So even when it's 41 degrees outside, it's maintaining a cool temperature on the inside. The materials science technology is actually in a different school. So whilst they collaborate very closely already, the very fact of physically putting them together, having a present for our leading nanotechnology people is a really good example of where that materials technology crosses over with biomedical engineering, crosses over with the more mainstream engineering topics that are done here and the research that's going on. That is very different from where it goes. So this fifth floor is obviously where we were, the conference area and a large communal kitchen. So one of the intentions of all of the spaces that you'll see is about innovation happening through serendipitous connections. So the latest cutting edge Cisco technology in here. So you'll see all web recorded, interactive whiteboards, new document scanners, as well as a really flexible approach to furnishings and so on. So you can have them in these little circular configurations, you can have them in traditional tutorial arrangement lines, or you can get rid of the tables altogether and have just the chairs in here. So as opposed to a traditional lecture theatre that cascades up and every level is every row is on a different level. On this, every 2 rows are on the same level, and the intention is that it doubles as a collaborative working environment. So yes, there's lectures and yes, there's the traditional model of teaching, but really wanting to use this space as a tutorial space as well. So instead of being taught at
the CNC code, send it down to your mill and actually machine it. This is a project from my 13-year-old son. Again, he went on GrabCAD, found Darth Vader and said, we made, designed an inventor, as I said, and actually made real life, and it's a fantastic little machine. So my point here that I really want to make is you've got a lot of technology at your fingertips, and it's not just engineering, it's architectural, all right, with Revit, civil engineering with Civil 3D, AutoCAD if you just want to use and get them introduced to a 2D drawing type of environment. Okay, I don't think you need to go there. I think the children of today are far more advanced. They'll pick up 3D in a snap. I know my boys have. And then take them through a process, as I've heard from quite a few actually, that they're designing something, they're making it, and they're walking away with a physical object. And I think there's nothing better when that can happen.
Difficult for us, I think, to recognise people within our organisation. And we've had some nominations for principals, we've had some nominations within the executive, but we'd like guys, out there in schools to actually nominate people who have been in the field for a long time, maybe retiring, need a bit of recognition, or people are doing some really excellent work. So there are categories like Award of Excellence, Award of Service, but there's also awards for industry you might be connected with. So if you've got an industry contact that's really worked closely with your designer tech area over a period of time, you might think they deserve an award. So industry can be acknowledged as well. I think it's really important for us to acknowledge good practice, acknowledge people's efforts and contributions to our area. For example, the DSD do a great thing around the Scientist of the Year, and they do one for the Teaching Award in the Early Educator STEM Award. It's a great big function at the Town Hall, 3-course meal. guest speakers, you know, everybody's there, the governor's there, the ministers are there. It's a great thing of recognition, but we don't seem to do it quite as well in education. I know it's something which the CE is very passionate about, is actually recognising teachers. So when I call out the name of this person can come out. Now, I'll just read out what this person's being nominated for. Barry Kelly. Barry from Brighton Secondary School. Now, Steve Reed nominated Barry, and I think that Steve might be. Not, don't want you up here, Steve. Okay. Want Barry up here. Yeah. So basically, as we know, that Barry's spent a long time at Brighton Secondary, developed the safe programs, uses exemplars in other schools, mentoring student teachers, providing professional development for design and technology teachers, constantly producing outstanding Year 12 SACE student results, particularly in the area of photography. So congratulations, and you've got an opportunity to respond if you do wish. I mean, last year I think we had to actually get somebody to ask permission to respond, but if you want to respond to the group, you can. It's up to you.
It's like take the opportunity to say thanks. I think going back 40 odd years ago when you finished high school, to actually pick what career you go into, I was very lucky, very fortunate to actually just pick the area of technology in that stage. You know, the old tech studies teachers, I've enjoyed my time. It's a fantastic area to teach in. A lot of people say, oh, you're a teacher. What do you teach? I say the best subject possible. And I think most of us in this room would agree. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time, and yeah, thanks very much.
So we'll get
One more.
well done.
Larry wasn't looking.
Larry, sorry, looking.
And just a little interlude. On behalf of UniSA, I want to thank Barry and the people at Brighton for supporting the students in our courses. They've always had open doors, as a number of other people have, and the kids have learnt so much from coming down and doing their practicums with you guys. It's been brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now another award of excellence goes to the West Coast and Northern Region Hub Group. Any representatives here from? Yep. So I don't know whether you made the special trip, but I think you're.
No.
Were you over here, were you?
We are now. Yeah.
Okay.
They're in the lift.
So
They're in the
let me
lift.
just read out, because this group's been around for a fair while, I think. And like a lot of things, I think it's really important that we get together as a learning area. We actually support each other, both professionally, as far as creating resources, etc., but also to socialise. You know, that's really important part of what we're on about, is to actually get to know people and socialise together. That way, when you develop friendships, a whole range of things can happen. So basically, this is to acknowledge the West Coast, and I've got to actually do another one here to include the Northern Region. So it's really Port Lincoln, Sagina, Roxby Downs, that big area on the West Coast. Once again, for meeting to provide professional development opportunities for teachers on the West Coast, forums for teachers, to share resources and collaborate with other regions, developing quality student curriculum programs, organising student competitions. So on behalf of DATTA, we'd like to congratulate you, and you're collecting this on behalf of all the schools over there. We'll get a laminated version of this to go out to the various schools. Obviously the budget doesn't stretch quite far enough for us to frame all of those for the schools, but you'll still get some recognition. So I'll ask Barry to present that. So congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Have a look over here, please. Thank you. That's it. Cheers.
I'm David, and this is Darryl. I suppose we've been on the coast for 20 plus years. I started in Sagina, went to Lincoln, and really enjoyed my time. I've been back, this is my 4th year back. I work at Urbro now. And Darryl's been a long-serving member.
Yeah, 19 years on the West Coast and 10 prior to that in various parts of the state and the country. And David came over when? 2000?
89, I arrived,
Oh.
and into Lincoln at 2-3.
Ah.
I took Bill Broaden's job, remember Bill?
Lincoln.
Yeah, most of it. So yeah, a little about the hub group. We've got a message from Bill, because Bill doesn't like to be left out of anything. 1974, I reckon it was.
Yep.
1974 it started.
Brian S. Clark.
Yep. And then Billy took over about 1980. And then the system works, I guess you all know how it works. A school takes on the role for that year to set it up and run it and organise it, bring people down. And we've both been involved with that. I did one in Sagina and a couple in Lincoln. Possibly the best T&D I've ever had. when I first got to Erbray, my first year I actually went back to Kimber for the hub group, and I remember my principal started laughing, and I just simply said the best T&D doesn't happen in Adelaide. So it's a really, it's a fun time. We're all mates. We're a very tight unit.
Boys and girls.
Yeah, boys and girls, and that's what makes the area so unique, and that's why it's held in, and that's why it's lasted. So
I come from far and wide, right up north, right up the west coast, Clare, Jamestown. So the last few days, guys at the Heights have been talking to her about it, and I've said it's the EP and beyond.
it is now. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, well, you don't really have to have grey hair to get an award, okay? So our next couple of awards, these people don't have grey hair. And actually, one of them is still playing football, would you believe? So he must be a really, really young guy. So I'd like Simon Brooks to come out, thanks. Simon is one of those change career people, which are now becoming reasonably common in schools, which I think is really fantastic. But Simon really, I think he'd been teaching, what, 4 years? 4 or 5 years? 4.5, nearly 5 years. And I think what you've been able to achieve in that period has been really great. Design and technology curriculum leadership, developing and teaching an outstanding Stage 1 advanced technology course, which I think is just expanded, also with a lot of girls into that now, which is really, really great. Shortlisted for the 2014 Early STEM Career category of the Science Excellence Awards, which is no mean feat. Okay, the winner gets more than a plaque, but I think it'd be really great to get there. I won't rub that in. Involvement in the Advanced Technology Program, which I've been managing for the last few years. I've really appreciated your efforts, and you know, looking at you, I think our future in design and technology is in young people. You bring some different experience, a different background, which I think is really tremendous. So well done, and if you'd like to respond, you can.
Thanks, Steve. I suppose I'll keep it short. I suppose it's good to see a few faces here. Peter Sachs was my uni mentor back at probably 2008. So I think what's happening here is quite a good thing. I think sharing our ideas and just our experiences. Like I was down at Brighton the other day, and Steve was helping me with some Stage 2 stuff for the new Advanced Tech course at Year 12. So I think bouncing ideas off each other, and also like the exciting stuff that's around the corner with our subject area and where it's going to go in the next 5 to 10 years is really exciting. So it's a good place to be. So thank you very much.
Last but certainly not least, Ben Miles. Ben started teaching, I think, at Gallagher in 2009.
Yeah.
Okay, and was nominated by your principal. So Wendy Johnston, who's a hard taskmaster, must have been very impressed with you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Well, she must have been. So outstanding role model and design and technology faculty leader. So I think you've been teaching, what, about 6?
7th year now.
Seventh year. So to be a faculty leader at that early experience is really great. 21st century learning curriculum leadership, cross-faculty leadership and management, outstanding relationships with students. So I know that Wendy Johnson's a hard taskmaster and she's all about excellence. So for her to nominate you, I think that's a tremendous achievement. So well done.
Thanks. One more. Larry shut his eyes.
Oh, sorry.
Again.
That's it. I could photo.
I just wanted to thank my mum. You know, she's raised me well, trained me good. I guess it comes down to just having a really strong team that I work with. Also getting involved in working collaboratively with you guys as well. Get on the Facebook if you're not there already. For some of the oldies, get on Facebook and check it out. It's a good place to be. But working in an environment where you can also take risks. So Glenelg's been a really great school where you can try new things and see how it works and take those risks and see what works and come up with some really good outcomes for the kids and for me because I find it exciting too. So yeah, that's
Thanks, mate.
yeah, thanks.
So just to